Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see from the title of this video, I have recently sustained a pretty bad injury. I am filming this video on Thursday, September 8th, and exactly 1 week ago from today, literally at this time, 7:40 p.m., I was at my gym and I took the fundamentals class. I would normally take the advanced class, but I had an early client the next morning, so I just wanted to teach, train, and then kind of just get home, get my stuff together for my client the next day, make sure I get plenty of sleep. So that's why I took the fundamentals class, which is a little bit earlier. And it's interesting because when I walked into the room and just kind of looking at the room, it was just a bunch of big white belts that I don't normally train with. So right away, I was just a little kind of like, I don't really want to do this, but I just want to get my training in and then kind of go home. So I did a couple of rounds. It was fine. There was maybe 1 or 2 rounds left, and I wasn't going to roll with this particular guy, but he had his hand raised. He was the only person left without a partner. So I kind of just rolled my eyes and I was like, all right, like, it'll be fine. Granted, I talk to this guy whenever I see him. I thought he was really nice, but I've just never rolled with him before, and maybe I should have listened to my gut, but I just told myself I roll with white belts all the time and it'll be fine. Hint, hint. It was not fine. Eventually, I got him into turtle and I climbed on his back. I put both of my hooks in, and it's a little blurry, but from what I remember, he sort of postured and twisted frantically. And I think I maybe started to slide off from the top position. And I guess maybe my leg got caught somehow. And the last thing I really remember is pop, pop, pop. And I just collapsed on the floor. I was in so much pain. I could not move. I knew that I did something really bad. I just screamed and I couldn't move. Long story short, to spare you guys all of the not so wonderful details, it took me 4 hours to get from that spot on the mat into the car on my way home. Right away, when I was laying on the mat, I called my husband. He's a functional patterns practitioner, so he's pretty well versed with the body and how to fix it. He fixes people every day. So I did not want to move until he came and got a good look at what was going on with me. I think the first 2 hours were the roughest because my body was in shock. I couldn't stop shaking. It was hard to control my breathing at first. I think I was almost on the verge of having a panic attack. I was in excruciating pain. It was just really, really rough. And after the first couple of hours, my body seemed to calm down a little bit. And step by step, we were able to get me from the floor into a chair, standing, and then into the car. So I got the MRI on Friday, and then I got the results on Saturday, and I was able to pick up my report to take a look at what the heck was going on. And it turns out I have a really nice tear at the top of the hamstring, at the tendon, right where it meets the glute muscle. And by a really nice tear, I mean that it is completely torn. So I'm seeing a specialist tomorrow, and we will get more answers. I am 99.99999% sure that they are going to tell me that I need surgery just from the research that I've done online, and I am dreading that. I want to avoid surgery at all costs. My husband wants me to avoid surgery. If there is any chance, it can be the smallest chance of the tendon being able to recover on its own, I will take that chance. It'll be good to at least hear what the doctor has to say and to be able to dive in a little bit deeper on what's really going on back there. But my husband and I will definitely be asking a lot of questions to try to see if there's just a tiny, tiny slim chance that through an extensive rehab program, if my body can recover on its own. It has been a really hard week. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It has been so tough, and every day just waking up being like, dang, I gotta go through all of this all over again. I'm very thankful that I can walk. And my friend who was at the gym that night, she stayed with us the whole time. She even left, went back to her house to get crutches for me. And thankfully, I, that night, was able to figure out how to use the crutches, and putting weight on the leg is not painful. So I am able to walk around a bit, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think this past week has just been me processing what happened to me and me just trying to figure out how to live day to day and just adjusting all of these things that we take for granted and do so easily every day because it's just so normal. Just trying to figure out how to do those things and not be in any pain. Getting in and out of bed, sitting down on the couch, taking a shower, going to the bathroom, taking things in and out of the refrigerator, just everything that you normally do throughout your day, I have tried to figure out how to do. And the thing with injury, especially if you've sustained an injury that is debilitating, an injury that prevents you from doing activities that you normally do day to day, there's always going to be someone that tells you, well, it could be worse, or someone out there does have it worse off than you. And I've already gotten that, and I understand that. There are absolutely people out there that have it way worse off than me, and I get that. That does not mean that you are not allowed to feel all of the things that you're feeling when you do get injured. It's okay to feel angry and sad and upset and frustrated because you can't do the things that you normally were able to do so easily. So yeah, this past week has really just been an adjustment to this way of life for the time being. Now, there are some specific things that I have started doing this week to allow my body to start healing from this injury. I guess I also have to preface that I'm obviously clearly not a medical professional. So I'm doing these things that I want to do for my body. You can take them as recommendations to do for your body, but if you're injured, please always talk to your doctor first and don't do what I'm doing just because I'm doing it. But anyway, the first thing that I did, or shall I say didn't do, was I actually didn't take the prescription that my doctor prescribed me. He prescribed me, or was going to prescribe, a muscle relaxer. I definitely didn't take that. And then he also prescribed me a very high dose of ibuprofen. I don't know what the prescription name of it is, but I did not take that either. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you probably get the idea that I am very much about letting your body do its thing and sort of treating your body the right way to allow it to do its thing. So I decided not to take the high dose of anti-inflammatories because I didn't want to prevent the inflammation in my body. The first couple of days of your body dealing with a traumatic injury, inflammation is gonna happen, and that's your body's way of dealing with what's going on. So there are studies out there that say that taking these anti-inflammatories right at the start of an injury could possibly delay the healing process. And after that first night, after that first couple of hours, once my body sort of calmed down after I got injured, I feel like I wasn't in an amount of pain that couldn't be dealt with, so I opted not to take the anti-inflammatories. Another thing that I'm really focusing on for the time being is making sure that I get plenty of sleep. When we sleep, that is when our body does all of its major healing. So right now, when my body has a lot of healing to do, sleep is so incredibly necessary. And that's another thing that I'm thankful for, is I'm able to sleep. I've also noticed that I get more tired easily. Like today, I prepped me and Todd some burrito bowls and I was so tired after. My body felt tired, my leg was really tired, so I took a nap. During this time, I'm just trying to honor the way that my body is feeling. It is going through a lot right now, and if it feels like it needs a little bit of a rest and I need a nap in the middle of the afternoon, then I'm gonna take it. If I need a little extra sleep right now to heal, then that's fine. I'm also just as focused as ever, even more focused on the nutrients that I'm putting into my body. As much as I want to eat all of the comfort foods all day long to make myself feel better, I know that that is not what my body needs. My body needs plenty of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals to help heal itself. One thing that I've got my hands on that I'm really excited about, and I've actually been wanting to get for a while, and when this injury happened, I was like, all right, it's time. I've been really wanting to get my hands on beef liver pills, so I got these from Ancestral Supplements. The cows are pasture raised in New Zealand. They are grass-fed and grass-finished. They are free of added hormones, pesticide-free, non-GMO, all the good stuff. Liver is like this magical superfood that most people, including myself, don't eat. They say it's pretty much nature's multivitamin. It is extremely high in vitamin A, it contains vitamin K2, vitamin B12, a lot of things that are really good for healing. Like I said, I've been wanting to add liver to my diet for a while, and once this happened, I just figured, you know what? Let me just get them. It's really hard for me to eat cooked liver. I've seen some recipes where you can just pop it in your mouth and call it a day. But until then, I'm just gonna go with the pills. Another thing that I'm making sure that I get plenty of, and normally I do have it in my diet, but now I'm just really making sure that it's there a bit more often, is bone broth. Bone broth is so good for you. Bone broth is filled with a bunch of amino acids that are excellent for muscle repair, collagen production, which helps with tendon and ligament repair. Bone broth is great for your skin. It's great for your gut health. There are so many great things that bone broth can do for us. And like I said, it's already a part of my diet, but now it's just a major part of my diet, you know what I mean? And then another little thing that I'm using for the time being is this little device here, which is my red light device. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, I've talked a lot about this before. Red light is another thing that a lot of people don't know about, and I am on a mission to make all of these things that people don't know about. So this little device has red light and near infrared light, and those types of light naturally come from the sun, but we can also get them from little devices like this, or they actually have full-bodied ones and pretty much everything in between. Those ones are very expensive. This one is really affordable, and I always recommend to people, it's only 40 bucks. 40 bucks for all of the benefits that you can get from this thing. I think it's a steal. So like I said, those types of light naturally come from the sun, and that's why I'm always preaching on my Instagram about getting in the early morning sun, because that's when that light is available. Now, of course, there is so much science that goes into it, so much science that my brain just cannot understand, but the basic understanding that I have from the research that I've done is when this kind of light hits your skin, it penetrates your cells and it sort of stimulates the mitochondria. It helps to rejuvenate new cells, especially cells that have been damaged in an injury. It helps with blood circulation. It helps with muscle repair. So on a very basic level, it sort of gives your body this boost in the healing process. And there's a whole lot of stuff that this thing can do for you. I use it for everything. I use it for my skin. It's helped with fine lines. I use it on breakouts. I use it for cramps during my time of the month. There are just so many things that I use this thing for. I feel like whenever something is in pain, if I have any kind of muscle soreness, if I have just anything going on, I'm like, all right, where's the red light? So whether you are injured or not, or you just have other little things that you want to take care of, I would absolutely recommend researching what red light therapy is, and I will also link the brand of the light that I use in the description below. So that's it. That is what life has been like the past week. Those are all of the things that I've just been implementing until I can talk to a specialist and really figure out what to do from here. Life has been quite the adjustment the past week. It's been really tough. Aside from being injured and being in pain and having to do all of these just daily activities differently, I think something that's really bothering me too is just the fact that I pride myself so much on being healthy and living this healthy lifestyle and being active. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's something that I need to pray about. Maybe I am a little too prideful on this sort of healthy lifestyle that I live. So I got a lot of praying to do, you know what I mean? So essentially, when this happened, I feel like all of that was kind of just like stripped away from me. I can no longer do the activities that I would normally do. I can't do Jiu Jitsu, I can't lift. I feel very fragile because I'm in constant protection mode of my leg. So I feel fragile and I feel defenseless, and I don't like that feeling. So I just feel like in 3 seconds, my life changed. And as an athlete, as a very active, healthy person, something like this just takes a little while to process. And if you are going through the same thing, then that's okay. Even though I am sort of going through it right now, I am trying to look at the bigger picture and see how blessed I am in other ways. I have the most wonderful, supportive husband. I am so thankful for him. He is so patient and he's so knowledgeable and he's the perfect person to have around. It's as simple as that. I have a wonderful family. The people that do live around me, they are so helpful. There's a lot of things that have happened in my life over the past couple of months and even before that I just feel so thankful for. And even though this situation really, really sucks and it might get worse before it gets better, I am trying to look at the bigger picture, and I'm just really thankful for a lot of the things in my life that are helping me deal with this situation. So yeah, that's about it. What I want to hear is really encouraging injury recovery stories from you guys. If you guys have had really bad injuries before, leave a comment, let me know how you dealt with it. Leave a comment and let me know your recovery process and how you came out on the other side, because this is only the beginning for me in terms of this whole recovery process. I've got a long way to go with this injury, so I could really use some encouraging stories, just things to uplift my spirit a little bit. So leave a comment, let me know how you recovered from an injury. I will keep you guys updated on what's going on and what the next steps are. So until the next video, I will see you guys next time.